What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to United Boys. Now, I need everyone to stay calm because over the last few days, I've seen Manchester United fans completely lose their heads over Mateus Fernandes. Spurs have agreed, personal terms, United are getting gazumped, INEOS are fumbling another deal. And honestly, I think we're watching one of the most predictable transfer sagas you'll ever see. In fact, I still think Manchester United are going to sign Mateus Fernandes, and I'll tell you why. Let's start with the panic. The big story that's got everybody worried is Tottenham agreeing personal terms with Fernandes. Now, on the surface, that sounds alarming. If a rival club are speaking to the player and getting agreement in place, naturally fans are going to think United are in trouble. But here's the problem. Personal terms are often the easiest part of a transfer. The real battle is convincing the selling club and agreeing the fee. And that's where this entire story starts to look very different. Because if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, Fernandes has reportedly made his preference pretty clear. Manchester United. That's been the narrative for weeks. United have identified him as a priority. The player wants the move, and that's exactly why this situation is becoming complicated. Not because United are losing, but because United are moving fast enough for everyone else's liking. Now let's talk about the man in the middle, Jorge Mendes, because once you understand who the agent is, this entire situation starts making sense. Mendes doesn't work in a world where clubs politely wait for their turn. His job is to maximize leverage. His job is to create pressure. His job is to make buying clubs uncomfortable. And the best way to do that? Introduce competition, create urgency, generate panic. Make Manchester United feel like they might lose the player if they don't act quickly. We've seen this movie before. A player wants United who don't want to pay extra. The selling club wants a bigger fee and the agent wants movement. Suddenly another club appears, suddenly personal terms are agreed, suddenly everyone starts panicking, and suddenly the buying club starts feeling pressure. It's textbook. Now let's think logically for a second. Even we're supposed to believe that clubs like PSG, Arsenal and even Real Madrid couldn't convince Fernandes away from Manchester United. But Tottenham Hotspur are suddenly going into swoop and win the race? Maybe. Football is unpredictable, but does that honestly sound like the most likely outcome? Not to me, especially when Tottenham are also pushing hard for another midfield target. It feels much more like leverage than a genuine shift in the race, and that's why I actually think INEOS deserve credit right now. Because the old Manchester United would have panicked. The old Manchester United would have picked up the phone and paid whatever West Ham wanted. The old Manchester United would have thrown another 10 to 15 million pounds onto the deal just to make noise go away. That's how we ended up paying 85 million for Anthony. That's how we got ourselves into financial trouble. This version of United appears different. They're willing to wait, they're willing to negotiate, and most importantly, they're willing to walk away if the price doesn't make sense. Now, does that mean Fernandes definitely joins? Of course not. No transfer is done until the shirt is being held up. But if you're asking me what happens from here, I think United hold their nerve. I think Mendes continues applying pressure. I think West Ham continue trying to derive the price up. And eventually, somewhere in the middle, a deal gets done. Because when a player wants Manchester United want the player, those transfers usually find a way. That's why I'm not panicking. That's why I'm not worried about Spurs. And that's why I still believe Mateus Fernandes will be a Manchester United player. The question isn't whether United sign him. The question is whether they can sign him without blinking first. And honestly, that's the battle I'm most interested in watching.